The story opens not with drama or scandal, but with a quiet, reflective moment that gradually reshapes an entire marriage. On what seemed like an ordinary morning on set, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, long admired as a symbol of enduring love and partnership, experienced a pause that allowed something deeper to surface beneath studio lights and practiced smiles. This was not about loss, separation, or sensational headlines, but about growth, identity, and redefining love in a relationship that had spanned decades. In that calm space, both partners were invited to consider how love can evolve without losing its foundation, how marriage can deepen when individuality is honored, and how connection can thrive when each person is encouraged to stand fully as themselves rather than vanish into the other. The weight of shared years and unspoken words. Long-term relationships often build their strength not through grand gestures, but through the quiet consistency of showing up for one another day after day, through shared routines, laughter, parenting, and moments of humor. For Kelly and Mark, this foundation is what made the moment so powerful when Mark spoke. His calm presence was not casual, it was intentional, a sign of emotional honesty honed over years of trust. In many enduring partnerships, comfort can hide unspoken truths, not out of secrecy, but because life grows busy, routines take over, and familiar rhythms make it easy to avoid hard conversations. Yet even deeply rooted love can carry vulnerability and tension, and the pause created by Mark's words reflected a truth that had been quietly waiting for acknowledgement, that honesty and openness can deepen love more than perfection or silence ever could. Mark's wish. Love without losing the self. At the heart of the conversation was Mark's wish for Kelly to preserve her sense of self. His request was not about creating distance, withdrawing affection, or lessening his love, but about encouraging her to live fully, to maintain her individuality while continuing to share a life together. Mark recognized how deeply Kelly gives to everyone around her family, her friends, her colleagues, and understood that constant giving, while noble, could quietly erase one's own identity over time. By asking her to cultivate a life that did not revolve entirely around him, he was expressing the truest form of care, reframing love as something expansive rather than limiting. This perspective shows that sometimes the greatest acts of love involve encouraging independence, even when it feels uncomfortable, because nurturing individuality strengthens the bond rather than threatening it. Kelly's inner conflict and emotional shattering. Hearing Mark's wish, Kelly experienced a wave of emotion that shook her in ways she had not anticipated. For years, she had internalized the idea that love equates to sacrifice, constant giving, and togetherness, so being asked to step back felt disorienting. This discomfort was not about rejection or loss, but about unlearning patterns that had once felt like proof of devotion. It highlighted how long-standing social and generational expectations, especially those often placed on women to prioritize others above themselves, can quietly shape identity. Taking space even for personal growth initially felt wrong, almost selfish, despite being healthy. Her emotional reaction humanizes the tension inherent in growth, showing that redefining love and self-worth often requires courage and introspection, and that pain can be a catalyst for transformation rather than a sign of failure. The quiet aftermath and self-reflection. After this exchange, Kelly found herself alone in a private space, a dressing room far from the lights, cameras, and expectations of her public life. In that stillness, she was no longer a host, a partner, or a mother. She was simply herself. In the quiet, she confronted parts of her identity she had long neglected, asking questions she had not considered for years. Who am I when I am not giving, not performing, not managing the needs of others? The space became transformative because it allowed honesty without performance, reflection without judgment. This period demonstrates that personal growth often begins internally through awareness and acceptance of discomfort, and that true change requires listening inward rather than reacting outwardly to expectation. How space deepened their connection. Interestingly, creating space for individuality did not create distance between them. Instead, it fostered renewed closeness and mindfulness in their interactions. Conversations became more thoughtful, moments together more intentional, and their presence less automatic and more deliberate. They began engaging not only as partners or parents, but as individuals rediscovering each other with curiosity and appreciation. This section shows that space does not weaken love, it can illuminate its strength. By allowing each other room to breathe, they rediscovered emotional presence and genuine connection, reinforcing that love flourishes when freely chosen rather than assumed by routine. Love is a choice, not a habit. By the end of this transformative period, Kelly and Mark's relationship had shifted from one maintained by habit to one sustained by intention. They remained together not because it was expected or automatic, but because they actively chose one another every day. This conscious decision injected energy, awareness, and vitality into their marriage, transforming what could have felt like emotional upheaval into a compass pointing toward balance, mutual respect, and self-awareness. True partnership, they discovered, allows room for growth without fear, celebrates individuality, and thrives on choice rather than obligation. Their journey illustrates that enduring love is dynamic, evolving, and strengthened through intention, communication, and the courage to honor both the self and the shared bond. Embracing growth within togetherness. Ultimately, this story is a reflection of the evolving nature of long-term love. Kelly and Mark's experience demonstrates that strong relationships benefit from introspection, honest dialogue, and the willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. Their bond strengthened as they learned to honor individuality, communicate openly, and embrace discomfort as a tool for growth. This narrative extends beyond celebrity life, offering lessons for anyone in a committed relationship. Love flourishes when both partners are seen, respected, and encouraged to develop fully, and when connection is built on choice, authenticity, and trust rather than habit. Redefining love for the future. In the aftermath of this period of reflection, Kelly and Mark move forward with intentionality and awareness, infusing everyday life with thoughtfulness and appreciation. Small moments, shared meals, quiet walks, laughter over simple jokes, gained new meaning because they were deliberate rather than automatic. By honoring independence while nurturing closeness, they demonstrated that love is not about possession or constant proximity, but about freedom, respect, and mutual care. Their story is a reminder that enduring partnerships are cultivated through conscious effort, empathy, and a willingness to grow together, showing that the most resilient love allows for individuality while deepening shared connection. A partnership strengthened through awareness, through reflection, honest conversation, and deliberate change. Kelly and Mark reaffirmed the foundation of their marriage: trust, respect, and a deep, enduring commitment. By confronting long-held patterns and embracing growth together, they proved that challenges need not fracture a relationship. They can illuminate the path to deeper intimacy and understanding. Their story demonstrates that love thrives when both partners are supported in being their full selves, that independence and intimacy are not mutually exclusive, and that choosing each other with intention strengthens bonds more than routine ever could. Through this journey, Kelly and Mark show that enduring love is dynamic, evolving, and most powerful when it balances freedom, awareness, and shared purpose.